Hey, if you are attending a teacher interview in any school or colleges or any kind of institution, you have to be very careful with this, because most of the teachers are getting rejected at resume level itself. Most of the teachers, though they are talented, though they are subject experts, does not know how to make proper resumes, right? So they are taking it in a very lighter way. That's why they are getting rejected. And your resume is actually your first impression. Looking at your resume itself, they will call you for demo class, isn't it? Agree or not? If you agree for this, say S in the chat section here. And once you finish your demo, they will call you for one small personal interview with principal or management. And 95% of the teachers does not know how to do a personal interview. I mean, what to express in a personal interview, how to tell, what to tell, they won't get trained for this. So today's video is all for those kind of teachers who are struggling to make resumes and who are struggling with the personal round interviews. Already I made the secrets of a demo class. If you have not watched that video, please watch it. So the link is given in the description as well as in the comment section. So in this video, I am going to tell you how your resume has to be, okay, and how you have to present yourself in a personal interview with the principal or management of the institution. And share this video to all the teachers that you know, because I am going to reveal some uncommon, undiscussed points. Okay, so guys, this is very, very important. First, you like the video and share this video to all the teachers that you know. Okay, so coming to resume aspect, right? First, I will tell you what mistakes to avoid in making up a resume. As I have already told you, your resume is your first impression. And I have seen, I myself have done this. So looking at the resume, I have rejected a teacher. Okay, doesn't matter how is the teacher. So that comes next. So your resumes have to give that perfect impression, right? Okay. So now, if I have to discuss few mistakes teachers commonly make in creating a resume, right? So you know what, they use too long sentences and too many paragraphs they will include in making up a resume, and the resume will become 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages. Guys, all that is not necessary. Okay, don't make a long resume. Okay, let the resume be crisp and simple, right? And then I have seen this with lot of teachers, right? Teachers have to be aware of spelling. They have to be aware of the type of language that you are using in a resume, guys. Okay, so many teachers, you know what, they actually are English teachers, but then they make spelling mistakes. Okay, right? So please take care of this point. This I have commonly seen in most of the resumes, and this gives a very, very bad impression, guys. Okay, and next is using outdated format. So there is a proper format nowadays. Okay, so actually there is a software called ATS software, right? So this software is being used in many schools. Okay, it is already being used in all the software companies, now in schools also. So this software will track the format, it will track the keywords and etc. So guys, your resume has to be ATS friendly. Okay, so I'll tell you what actually we mean by ATS friendly and how it should look, right? So that old format of introducing tables, flowcharts and all of them have gone. Okay, so you have to get updated with the format also. And then writing only personal details. I have seen many teachers have written, the personal details in an elaborate way, right? So all of that will not look good in a resume, guys. And adding unnecessary hobbies. Nobody want to know whether you like reading or whether you want to play shuttle or cricket. All of that you're not supposed to mention in a resume. Hobbies are completely different. I'll show you what hobbies you are supposed to mention. Okay, and then using fancy fonts. Don't use any fancy fonts and colors. Okay, and writing false skills. This I have seen with most of the teachers. Okay, say they just promise that they know everything, but once they come into actual teaching, whatever they promised, they won't do it. So your job will not be secure if you do that. And you will, and the management will come to know one day whether your skills are true or false. Okay, so be careful. Don't simply include the false skills in your resume. And then not mentioning teaching skills. Many of them will not mention what kind of teaching skills do you know. I'll tell you what to mention under this little later. And not showing achievements. Many of them will not show the achievements. And using one common resume for every school. Okay, whether it is a state board school or CBSE school or ICSE school, for every school you guys you will use the same resume. Okay, and that will not look good, guys. Okay, so you have to change the resumes as requirement of the school. So before you go and apply for a particular school, do a little background work about that school. So what is the vision of a school? What is the mission of a school? How is the school operating? What are the values, core values followed by that particular school? All of that you should know, guys. So this is one trick you all should keep in mind. Do some groundwork about the school and prepare a resume so that it will match with the vision of a school. Okay, so that is very important. How many of you this point is new? Okay, if you found this point is very new and mind-blowing, okay, type bulb on in the comment section. Okay, yes, fine. So these are the mistakes in an overall way a teacher must avoid. And then, like I told you, your resume has to become ATS friendly. So this is an automatic tracking service. It is a software, as I have already told you. So this software will check certain aspects in a keen way. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful. And coming to the font size. Okay, so you should use the simple font. Either you can use Arial, Calibri, Times Roman. Okay, so Times Roman is the perfect one. Okay, so you can use any of the font style. And later font size has to be 10.5 to 12, guys. So 12 is better according to me. Okay, all the body text has to be in 12. Okay, and then headings, you have to keep it in 13 to 16 size, and it should be bold, whatever headings you are keeping over there. And the file type has to be in a PDF format or Word document format, or as according to the requirement of a school. But most of the times PDF will work good. Okay. Yes, and then layout has to be, there must be only one column. You should not put too many columns and etc. here. So there should be a perfect layout, guys. Okay, and then bullet points, mention everything in a simple round bullet point, so that is better. And then the length is only 1 page is enough for freshers, and 2 pages can be works well for experienced teachers. Okay, so yes, max to max it is 2 pages. Okay, so these are few points that you have to keep in mind. Okay, so before you design the format of your resume. And then yes, avoid these things in ATS friendly resume. Okay, so again I have already told you before, so don't use any fancy templates, fancy fonts and all. Please avoid this, and avoid photos here. Okay, and even if you include a photo, right, if a school demands a photo, that's okay, you can include a photo, but let the photo look professional and decent here. Okay, so I have seen many teachers photo, they put a photo that they have taken in some grand function, wearing that grand jewelry, wearing those grand outfits and etc. Okay, please let your photo look professional, otherwise please do not add any photo. I will not recommend adding any photo in the resume, okay, until and unless if the institution demands. Okay, and then tables, please don't add any table. Say many people mention their educational qualification in the form of a table, right? Please don't do that. That will not look good. Okay, and text boxes, please avoid. Graphics you have to avoid. Icons you have to avoid. Multiple columns, colorful designs, unusual fonts, headers and footers. Okay, so decorative lines and images kind of things, all of them you have to completely avoid, guys. Okay, so hope this point is very, very clear for you. And then you know what, most of the teachers resumes look like this, isn't it? A normal teacher, so even if she has got more skills or more achievements and etc., they won't add it in a resume. It only looks like this. Say name is there, email is there, career objective is very simple, educational qualification, teaching experience, work experience, key responsibilities. Okay, so key responsibilities: planning and delivering lessons, assessing student performance, maintaining classroom discipline. And then under skills, many of them will mention strong subject knowledge, classroom management, student engagement. And look at here, hobbies: reading, writing, listening to music. Guys, this is a very wrong way of mentioning. Okay, that is outdated style. Nobody will care about whether you read or you play. No, guys, they are expecting something else. Okay, so the institution is not just expecting knowledge from you, it is expecting much more. Okay, you are the designer of a character of a child. You are designing the character of a child, guys. So the institution is looking more. So institution is looking you to have ownership mindset. Okay, you must able to take responsibilities. That is what the institution is looking for, not just delivering the content that is there in a textbook, right? So please don't mention these things as hobbies. You will mention personal details, then declaration. So this is how a normal teacher's resume is looking like, right? But according to me, your resume has to be more and more powerful, guys. Actually, this is my next gen teacher's resume. So I have a next gen teacher program. As a part of that, every Sunday I am conducting a free webinar for teachers where I will discuss what skills the teachers must know, what way a teacher can use AI to make the lessons attractive and engaging. So how AI saves lot of time for teachers. Okay, all of that, not just AI, it can be digital skills, it can be psychological skills, okay, it can be communication skills, everything I will train in this next gen teacher program. As a part of that, Sunday webinars are free for teachers. If you guys are interested, please register to my Sunday free live webinars which will happen at 7 o'clock, guys. Link is provided in the description. You can join to our free WhatsApp community where you will get the updates and etc. Okay, you can register through our website also, right? So check the description and comment. So I am showing you my next gen teacher's resume, and your resume also must become this strong. Okay, then looking at your resume, the job is pakka. Okay, in the school or college, whatever it is. Okay, so let me just go through my next gen teacher resume and see how powerful it is, and your resume also should be there in the same format, guys. This is the starting information. This should be there in this format, guys. Okay, your name, your number, address, email ID and etc. And look at the career objective. It is not that just saying I am passionate in teaching and I will do that, I will do this, that is a very normal career objective. You should actually, your talent must get noticed in the objective itself. Okay, so look at the career objective of my next gen teacher. Innovative and future ready educator with expertise in AI powered teaching, digital pedagogy and student centric learning, and NEP 2020 and 21st century skills, right? So you are elevating yourself in the very first line itself. So that is very, very important for teachers, guys. Okay, and then educational qualification, you can mention as usual what and don't mention 10th I studied, 12th I studied here, all that is not necessary. Just mention your post graduation, graduation and your BEd degree. Okay, so that is more than enough. You no need to mention 10th, its percentage, PUC, its percentage, all of that. If they ask you, tell. Otherwise in a resume it is not required to mention that. Okay, so you can mention your percentage here, CGPA or percentage, whatever it is that you can mention. Just graduation, post graduation, BEd degrees is enough. Okay, and then teaching experience, total experience you have to mention, and what are the schools you taught and which subject you dealt over there. Okay, right? So school 1, what is the school name, and then what subject and what are the things you did there. School 2, what are the things you did there. School 3, what are the things you did there. Okay, so all of that one by one you can mention under teaching experience, and mention the elaborate things that you have done in schools. Okay, so it can be from planning lesson plans to taking remedial classes or whatever, anything special that you have done you can mention, guys. And then teaching skills, yes, many of them will not mention teaching skills, I said no. So these are the teaching skills, guys. AI based, my next gen teachers are ready with AI, no, so that's why I have included all these skills. AI based lesson planning, mastery of digital classroom, question paper and worksheet, interactive presentations, online teaching and content creation, strong communication and storytelling skills, ability to save 10 plus hours. Okay, so these are the skills that my next gen teachers are mastering, and so they are mentioning. Okay, so if you have any of these skills you can mention under teaching skills, and that will impress your institution, I'm telling you. Okay, so now AI tools. So my next gen teachers are learning different AI tools, mastering different AI tools, no. So what are the tools they are mastering? All of them I told them to mention, so they have mentioned all of this. So using AI tools they are creating content, they are making lesson design, and they are making mind maps and etc., and creating simulations and animations, they are developing games and quizzes, so all of that. Okay, so your extraordinary skillings and all you can mention here. Okay, and then in the next page, yes, look at the professional skills. I am also teaching them the psychology part. Okay, so how to change the belief system of a child or any person by scientifically designed tools and techniques. That is called neuro-linguistic programming. So if you have any professional skills like this, you can mention, guys. Okay, so my next gen teachers have those, so they have mentioned that. Okay, so advanced communication skills, public speaking and classroom presence, modern teaching pedagogy aligned with NEP 2020. Okay, so these are the professional skills which gets highlighted in the resume a lot. Okay, and then don't copy and add the same thing. If you have skill only you add. I told you, no, don't add false skills. And if you want to learn all of that, yes, come to my program. As a part of that, attend Sunday's webinar. Okay, that's a free webinar for everybody. And then yes, you have to mention your certifications, guys. Okay, say my teachers will mention they are certified with next gen teacher, Google, Microsoft certified educators, or any other certifications if you have. Okay, all of that you have to mention, guys. And even here you can mention achievements. You can put one more heading here, achievements. Say if you have played anything at national level, or if you have won any competitive if you have cleared national level competitive exam or won any prizes, if you had got any recognition any time in your life, all of those you can add under achievements. Okay, so this also adds a lot, right? And then look at the hobbies. So reading, writing, playing, all that is like kids hobbies. Okay, so your hobbies, actually my next gen teachers hobbies have completely changed. So they are reading is there, but what do you read? That's what important. Reading educational content, creating digital learning materials, public speaking, exploring new technology. See, your hobbies also are reflecting so strong in the resume. So this is very important, guys. Okay, and then personal details, you can write your date of birth, languages known, and nationality, and finally the declaration. Okay, right? So hope this much is clear. So your resume should look like this, extraordinary. If your resume is extraordinary, right, so you will get extraordinary pay and you will get extraordinary opportunities. So this is what I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, so for everything what you need to master, skill is one thing that you need to master, right? Okay, so this is all about the resume. So now coming to the interview aspects. I told you, many teachers, 95% of the teachers does not know how to talk with a principal, does not know how to negotiate their salaries, does not know how to express themselves, though they are talented. Okay, so today I am giving you some tips here on some aspects so that it can be helpful for you. Okay, so share all of this to your fellow teachers and everybody who are going to the interview. Okay, yes. First question, common question that management will ask you is, tell me about yourself. Okay, so actually why do they ask that question? They ask that question for knowing your vision. Okay, so how nicely you are matching with their vision. Okay, yes, whether you can sync with their work style or not, work culture or not, that is what they will see. And later they will also check your communication skills. Okay, so this is the motto of asking this question, right? And when management asks, tell me about yourself, many teachers will only tell about their name, they tell about their qualification, and they tell about their family details. Okay, for example, I am Nalini, I am from this place, I did my masters in this, and I am married, I have these many kids, I stay in this place. Yes, so this is what you guys will tell, but that is not actually the thing that you are supposed to tell. Okay, first thing is you greet them. Okay, so tell them, thank you for giving this opportunity to talk about myself. That is number one sentence that you need to start. Okay, hope this is clear. If this much is clear, type clear in the chat section, guys. Okay, yes, so first you greet them, you tell them thank you for giving this opportunity, and then your name, then you tell I am Nalini. Okay, and then qualification and experience. So I did my masters in so and so with BEd degree, and I have an experience of 15 years teaching, 15 years science. So I teach science, I have taught mathematics for few years, and then I am teaching science now from so and so, from 5 years I am teaching science, or from 4 years I am teaching science, or whatever it is. Okay, so you can mention that. And then your teaching style, what is the style that you adopt in your teaching? Okay, so what do you mean by teaching style? Whether you are a big believer of showing visuals or giving a conceptual understanding to a child, or what is your teaching pattern? Okay, so that is what you have to mention, right? So what you can tell is, I am a big believer of conceptual understanding, so I bring concepts in a very different way, in a very practical way. I make complex things simple, right? I teach complex things in a very simple way so that the child can understand. So all of that you can add in teaching style. And then mention your strength. What are your strengths? I can manage undisciplined child very well. I can engage the classroom very well. Okay, and then I can take this responsibility, I can take that responsibility. If any other responsibilities are there that you are willing to take, all of that also you can mention under strength. Then what you want to contribute to the school. Okay, they will check what you are giving back to the school if they hire you. Okay, so you can tell me, I will help in increasing the result of a particular class. I will help in molding the children. Okay, so I will help for those slow learners learners, or whatever it is. Okay, so or any other extra responsibilities if a school gives, I'm happy to do that. Okay, so all of that you can mention. Okay, so 5 points in a order you have to plan, guys. Number 1, greet and then name. Number 2, qualification and experience. Number 3, teaching style. Number 4, strength. And then number 5 is what you want to contribute to the school. Okay, so strong introduction actually creates a strong first impression. That is very, very important, right? Okay, and then coming to the next aspect that I want to discuss is, what salary are you expecting? This is also a common question that a school management will ask, and many teachers, you know what, 99% of the teachers do not answer to this question properly. Either they are too straight or they are so much hesitant. Okay, tell me what kind of category you belong to. Are you too straight and bold, or are you too much hesitant? Okay, so I want you to comment answer to this question in the chat section. I would love to read your answer. Okay, waiting for that. Here I have given you the best format to follow. If you are experienced teacher, you can say this. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this if you wish. See, thank you for asking. Based on my qualification, experience and subject expertise, classroom management skills and the responsibilities of this role, I am expecting around this much. However, I am open to discussing this based on the school's salary structure and the overall role expectations. Don't tell them in the previous school I used to get this much, so now I am expecting this much. No. If they ask previous school salary, you tell. Otherwise, you no need to tell about the salary of previous school. Okay, so you are asking your worth not because of the previous school's salary. Okay, you are asking your worth based on these skills that you have. Okay, so whatever number that is there in your mind, you can tell. Okay, you can tell. Okay, so no problem, but don't tell it like, in my previous institution I used to get this, so now I want this much. No. Okay, so definitely they will ask the salary that you got in the previous institution. You no need to tell. When they ask, you tell. Okay, so this should be the format and this should be the style that you need to approach with the salary. You should be open, kind and professional. Okay, yes. And for a fresher, you can follow this. Thank you for asking. As a fresher, my first priority is to begin my teaching career in a good learning environment. At the same time, based on my qualification, training, communication skills and the responsibilities involved, I would expect a fair salary as per the school structure. I am open to discussing it. Okay, so this is the fresher. Right, so you cannot, because I am a fresher, anything is fine for me. Okay, it is your wish. No, don't tell like that. Okay, I am trained this way, my communication skills are this, so please fix a fair salary from your point of view according to your school structure. So that is a professionalism. Okay, yes, so negotiate with value, not with fear. Okay, you no need to be fearful, you no need to be hesitant. At the same time, don't be very straight and bold also. Okay, show some professionalism, right? So that is what I want to discuss. And then yes, few more points, okay, to keep in mind when you are negotiating salary. Okay, please don't tell all these things. Okay, many people say this. I have seen this. That's the reason I have listed. Many of them say, I cannot work for less salary, lesser than this. So that is a very negative statement. Please don't tell that. Okay, and then other schools are giving more. Don't tell this. I need more, I need money urgently. Please don't tell that. If you don't give this salary, I won't join. Don't tell that also. Okay, my friend is getting more. I will decide after seeing other offers. So these are the negative sentences you are not supposed to use in any school or institution when you are there in a interview room. Okay, please keep this in a point. So negotiate with value, respect and professionalism. Okay, even if you don't like the salary that they are offering, please slowly you can tell that and come out of it. Okay, so don't be very bold and don't go out of the professionalism. Okay, so maintain your dignity, maintain your respect. That is very important. Hope the video is helpful for you, right? Please share this video to all the teachers that you know, because if not now, maybe in the future you might go to another school, or you might go for some kind of job in the teaching field where you have to keep all these points in the mind, guys. Okay, because many teachers are unaware of all these aspects, but they are all very, very, very important. And if you want to master the right skills for the current generation, then you must attend my Sundays webinar. It's a free master class which is happening at 7 p.m. Okay, please register through the link or join the WhatsApp community. The link is given in the description as well as in the comment section. So thank you. See you with another beautiful video.